Hello everyone and welcome back to ICBM Part 2 of our SSBN Strat Russia with me, Firefly Gaming. I hope that you are enjoying the show so far. Now in the last episode, as you can see, we kind of set up our defensive structure here. And we're just now starting to get our SSBNs deployed, our nuclear submarines. Of course, we are playing this because Sean Connery is awesome. And he was, of course, the submariner in Hunt for Red October. So, very, very cool. Now, we did kind of push for a kind of ship-based defense as well. Up here on the east and the west coast. And we did put some destroyers here in the Black and Caspian Sea. I wasn't able to get a destroyer over here near St. Petersburg like I would have liked, but that's okay. We gotta make do where we can. Now we can see that West Asia and South America do have a couple carrier groups here. Looks like East Asia has some ships there. Carrier over there belonging to North America. And I'm not a huge fan of those being a thing. But what can you do? Now, as for diplomacy, unfortunately, we actually got the short end of the stick. It's just us and Europe against two big old alliances, which is not very fun. Europe is researching advanced SAMs, which is excellent. That is very helpful for us, but we're going to be placing down our Eastern Seaboard SSBNs over here off the coast of Vladivostok. Now these guys can carry 12 SLBMs, so they are in fact very, very potent because they can carry so many of those sweet SLBMs. And once we have those MIRVs done, they become MIRVs, and it's very potent. I'm not very envious of them. Now what in the world is hitting my boys up here? I'm gonna go ahead and push up a couple of those radar sites. Let's see what's happening. What's hitting them? I don't know what's hitting them. That is bizarre. I really don't know what's hitting these ships. And I'm not a big fan of whatever it is, but, you know. Here is yet another SSBN. This one we're actually going to put over here into the Black Sea. Now, I'm pretty sure that my allies are going to be able to see it in terms of Europe. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? We are going to need to definitely be making some more SLBMs. They are going to be very, very important to have lots of them stockpiled. I'm going to go ahead and put one here in the Caspian Sea as well. Pretty much just an assurance force anywhere and everywhere that we need them. We are going to produce a couple more destroyers. That way we have a little bit bigger of a ABM net. And those MIRVs are going to be done soon, so I'm excited to see how that works. I mean, just as soon as West Asia especially is trying to build something,
complete.
It doesn't go well for them. Here's yet another SSBN. Let's put this one over here on the East Fleet. The Pacific Fleet, specifically. Faults, warheads, tactical newts. We do have advanced SAM and advanced ABM. That is excellent. We could go for laser weapons to kind of help out, but I'm kind of looking at some other things here. Well, actually, I think we might actually go for that. Going for the space stuff. So let's go for, yeah, let's just get all the way up there. And if we get to it, then we get to it. If not, and then we won't. That's okay. But I think satellites would be very, very beneficial to our plan. We are going to get another several SAM sites. I would like some redundancy on those over-the-horizon radars. And of course, we need to make a bunch of those MERV SLBMs, as they are going to be our primary and only strike force. I would definitely like to have a little bit more variety in my strike options and my strike packages, but I just don't think that that's going to be possible. And you know, it's okay. I'm not super broken up about it. It's okay. I am going to be trying to continue to build up the SAM nets. Huh, I still don't know what's surfacing over there and messing things up. But anyways, we're continuing to build up those SAM nets, because SAM nets will make a happy, happy Russia. Especially, you know, the further north they are, the further south they are. These cities along here, still very important. They have millions of people in them. But, you know, we can't protect everybody, unfortunately, as much as I would like to. Now I'm thinking another destroyer up here in the Black Sea. Because these guys do in fact have ABMs, and those ABMs are anti-ballistic missiles. It will be helpful to have some destroyers hanging around. Put one right there off of the coast of St. Petersburg. But yeah, having those destroyers is going to in fact be helpful, because then, you know, they'll be able to hit things down. The problem is they do need over-the-horizon radars, but yeah, it's what you get. Let's see here. A destroyer. Let's put one over here. Some more SAM sites. Perfect. I'm still very confused as to what's hitting over here, but hey, what can you do? I'm going to try and protect these middle corridor cities a little bit more. Although protecting this over-the-horizon radar might actually be a little bit more important to me, because then our eastern approach is a little bit better. But again, we really got to protect Moscow. Everybody likes to go for Moscow. So we're going to be continuing to beef up everywhere along there. Especially since we know that our southern borders are very hostile to us. So we're doing everything that we can to make sure that that's good to go. Now we do have some satellites available, and we're actually going to build 5 of them. It's going to take a hot minute, but we're going to build 5 of them, and we're going to try to get as much view on as many different nations as possible, because we want to be able to hit their stuff. Man, these guys carry 12 of these triple warhead SLBMs. That is just crazy to me how many there are there. Now, I am bullying the heck out of West Asia here. They are not having a very good time of it. I am destroying lots of their stuff. Same with East Asia here. You know, they aren't really able to do too much because I keep blowing up all their stuff right on my border. Now Europe here, I think Europe's probably the best SAM envelope that I have. I'm pretty sure they have more SAMs than I do. They have 29 versus my 43. Okay, maybe not, but mine are more spread out. What all does Europe have? 4 air bases, 1 missile silo, just 1 radar, but a whole bunch of those? Oh man. I think we are successfully kind of pushing them back a little bit. in terms of production output. We're about to get our new over-the-horizon radar. There we go. We're gonna set this guy here near Irkutsk. I don't know. Russian's not my thing. Now we're gonna be producing a whole lot more of these SLBMs. Now I don't know how the submarine resupply works. I really just don't know the answer to that. But I can hope that it means as long as you're within this territory, then we'll be okay. At least that's, again, that's my hope. My hope that that's how it's going to work. Now, I really don't have any supply. I would like a couple of space radars. That would be cool. Because then, maybe we'll be able to shoot those guys out of the sky. I would like a different strike capability, but I think it's a little late for that. We do have laser space weapons, and ASATs will be next. Those go on cruisers, and then cruisers can shoot the satellites out of the sky. So we're going to kind of go for that, because we know that East Asia does have a satellite that is going over our heads quite a bit. We now have 85 SLBNs. That is a lot of SLBNs. That is a huge number. But I fear that it still might not be enough. Nobody's kicked off the nuclear Armageddon yet. But we still don't have any eyes on really what we need to have eyes on, which is the enemy territory. Because without that eyes on the enemy territory, then we can't know what to strike. Now there is a North American SSBN there. He did pop out of the waves for a little bit there, but we can see that he is very close. Very, very close to Petropavlovsk. And it looks like there is a East Asian SSBN there, which is definitely interesting. There's our first satellite. Now this one's going to be important because I really kind of want it to go through here and show me what we have not seen of West Asia and East Asia. It's also going to give us a pretty good look over there at South America. Right through here. Okay, so I'm not really afraid of East Asia right now. But I am getting pretty afraid of West Asia because it has 2 missile silos and a whole bunch of air bases. We did get those laser space weapons down, which means that the laser weapons on the satellites are able to shoot down enemy ballistic missiles. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and blanket the planet in these satellites, and when they launch from the enemy's territory, we'll hopefully be able to shoot down their nuclear strikes before they ever even get to our SAMnet. Especially with those MIRVs. The MIRVs don't launch as a multiple launched rocket. It's one rocket, and then it becomes multiple once it gets there. Once it gets to the target zone. Now we are going to go kind of here, so that way we can see a little bit more of East Asia. There we are. So that's going to be going through the Pacific. Whew, that is a lot of SAMs. That is a ton of SAMs down there in the Pacific. Protecting Australia. And it looks like the USA doesn't have a ton in this area, which I am actually pretty surprised about. Again, nobody's kicked off the nuclear war. I was afraid that it would be soon. I am kind of afraid of Europe becoming my enemy, because then those SAM sites are going to shoot down all of my SSBN shots before they even get in the air. Which is why I think we should probably put some more over here on the east, where just in case that eventuality does happen, it won't hurt us too badly. Here comes another satellite online. This time, let's kind of get it in this kind of pattern here to show us what's here in South America, as well as showing us what's down there in the Pacific. Okay, so the Pacific is really concentrated here. That's okay. Okay. Oh, having these satellites is definitely a big help in seeing what we need to hit. I'm not going to be the one initiating nuclear war here. I really don't want to, and I'm really worried about my SSBNs being smacked and not having any strike capability. So we're going to get the ASAT, and then we're probably going to be going for something else. Maybe the ICBM vehicles? That might be helpful, because they can fire ICBMs. Maybe that's the way to go, or maybe just heavy rockets and build some missile silos. I feel like that might be helpful. Just some heavy rockets. Okay, let's go heavy rockets next. Now we do have our next satellite ready to go. We're going to try and aim for the northern portion
Research complete.
Of North America. Oop. Hold on. What's happening and where? I heard a noise, but I don't see anything, and the scores haven't changed. So maybe there was not a nuclear attack? I thought that was the noise for, you know, everything's going sideways. Africa's actually looking really weak. They definitely have some missile silos ready to go with some MIRVs in them. But I don't see any kind of, really any defenses. I know that definitely hitting West Asia is going to be incredibly important, and even more than that, SAM sites are going to be incredibly, incredibly important in deterring any of that. And we're going to go ahead and go for a missile silo here. We're going to go with 5 of them for now. And then missiles, of course. Ooh. Oh, whoa, 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 okay. Everything's kicking off. Looks like Africa is hitting Europe. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get a satellite to go over our territory to see if it can shoot things down. As for production, I think a few ASATs here would be helpful. Maybe a couple of radar just in case some get destroyed. But let's see what's happening. Ooh, that's not good. Europe immediately broke the alliance. Why did they break the alliance? I didn't aggress anything. I'm not being angry at anybody. Okay, alright. Well, new strike plan. We're going to take our SSBNs and we're going to be targeting Africa and Europe. Those are going to be our 2 targets. Africa, Europe. Yep, Africa and Europe. Now we're going to be targeting SAM sites. We're going to be targeting missile silos, and we're going to be targeting cities. So there we are. Okay, alright, there we go. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and let's execute that plan.
Strike plan.
And let's slow it down a bit. Wait a minute, so... Alright, we gotta try and join the Blue Alliance or something, I don't know. Because all of a sudden, we're without any allies. We're alone right now, everyone. And that is seriously not good. Looks like West Asia is definitely going for us here. We are slowing everything down as much as possible. We're losing our over-the-horizon radars, which is definitely not good. The good news is we are going to be hitting everybody. And we're going to be hitting everything pretty much. Just hitting everything. None of that. Just hit everything that we can with the SSBNs here. And so far, it seems like we're doing okay. I haven't really seen anything hit. We did get St. Petersburg hit, but Moscow is still okay. It does seem like everything seems okay right now. Seems okay for right now. Let's get a space radar up. We're going to go ahead and remove that space radar. Okay, so time to finish. We got that 20-minute marker. So far, we are well ahead of everyone else, which is great. It appears that Europe is getting a little bit antsy there with their bombers. And it looks like our SSBNs are running out of weaponry. Oh, but they are reloading. Perfect, so I'm not going crazy. Let's go ahead and pull him back, though. Here is a chance for some extra SAMs, and I'm gladly going to take that. I am, however, going to remove the rest of them. And let me think about what kind of production I want. Well, what kind of production do I want? I think a couple of missile silos would be helpful, along with some megaton ICBMs and some ASATs, so that way we can hit any satellites out of the air. I think we're doing okay for defense, we just need to hit things a little harder. It looks like North and South America are currently the least affected. We're definitely hitting everybody else pretty hard. So let's go ahead and edit our plan. And we're going to focus on North and South America with our strikes. I don't know if we have anybody in range, but we will do our best because we want to try and get rid of them the most. Oof. And that's the end of the game, right as Moscow got hit. Now, we had 259 warheads. That's probably because we had almost nothing but MIRVs. 129 megatons. Look at how many megatons that South America put out with only 30 warheads. They must have been doing like 50 megaton bombs or something. We killed a lot of people, but had the most remaining. So I think that is a resounding success. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.